Today we're going to talk about babysitting. Maybe you need a flexible way to make income, or you need to pay off some debt. Your hours need to be a little bit flexible too. So let's talk about what are the tips and tricks to becoming one of the top rated babysitters and how to get your name out there. Thinking babysitting is your next gig, get your notebook or laptop out so you can take notes. This episode is packed full of information. So save the drama for your mama and listen closely so you can become the best babysitter out there. Okay, so next you're going to really want to prepare yourself for putting yourself out there as a new babysitter. And the first thing that I recommend is getting your CPR or first aid certification. Any parent is going to love that you have the certification already locked and loaded. Then second, you're going to want to think about a background check. Background checks are usually required by a lot of these babysitting platforms to begin with, so having this already prepared is a huge plus. A lot of sites will charge you anywhere between $10 and $25 to get it done, and it takes about 24 to 48 hours to post on their site. So make sure you get that all under wraps. Then next, consider having a nice picture taken of yourself. Maybe not a selfie, but have a friend take a picture with their phone, nice outdoor background so you look very inviting for those kids that you want to go out there and watch. And these are the things that I think are first tip. When you lay that foundation, you've set the groundwork for a new babysitting venture. When you feel prepared and you feel like you can move on to the next step, my suggestion is that you check out these different platforms such as SitterCity and Care.com, to name a few, that will help you to get your name out there as far as babysitting goes. They also have different categories that you can list as far as what services, additional services that you would like to offer in addition to babysitting, such as maybe meal prep or driving their kids around to their different lessons or helping with homework and whatnot, and even pet sitting. So make sure you keep all of that in mind. They'll also have a way for you to charge the amount of money that you want to charge per job so that you know when you're traveling from place to place that you're not wasting any time at all. If you're looking for a part-time job to add to your current workload, I suggest going to any of these platforms and then selecting the part that says that you want to do more evening jobs for parents that are going out on a date night and weekend gigs. If you have a child that's already in school and you want to be occupied while they're in school, I suggest also looking into being a mother's helper, which would be maybe a few hours after you've dropped your child off at school to spend with this other mom to help them, and then you can go on about your day and your errand. Once you've established your profile and you've screened a few of your families and you're ready to get started, you need to think about some basic business practices. And I suggest, first of all, think about how you're going to accept money. So a lot of people, we used to accept cash back in the day, but I think most people don't really carry cash. So the best way to receive money is through any of these money receiving platforms such as PayPal or Venmo or Cash App or Apple Pay. A lot of those tend to be more convenient for people, and then you don't have to worry about people saying, hey, I'll pay you later. Once that's taken care of, then you definitely want to put these families in your contacts in your phone and add to the notes the child's name and what their likes and dislikes are, and maybe bedtimes and whatnot. So if you have multiple customers, you want to make sure you get all those names straight and all the things right so that you are all prepared and they know and trust that you've got your act together too. Okay, so here I'm gonna give you a few tips for me, I'm a mom, on how to impress parents as a sitter. First and foremost, this seems kind of obvious, but definitely must be said, make sure you stay off your phone. If you're gonna engage with the kids, make sure you play with them, get down on the ground with them and have a good time, because those kids are your biggest critic and they're gonna tell mom and dad whenever you leave if you were a great babysitter and played with them or not. I've heard it, trust me. And then 2, make sure you leave the house cleaner than you found it. I mean, nothing is better than walking into a house that your sitter took the time to actually pick up, maybe wash a few dishes for you, and you feel like not only did you have a good night out with your husband or your date or your girls or whatever, but you come home and your house is a complete disaster. I've actually walked into the house and it was worse than when I left it before. That didn't leave a very good feeling. And finally, I think, you know, make sure that you are, what are we making sure they're doing? I don't know. Timely. Make sure you're on time. I mean, it's a lot for a parent whenever you're trying to rush out the door with kids and whatnot, but a lot of times we want to make sure that we're out the door faster because we want to get that clock going so we can have fun on our date. So make sure that you're on time or even a little bit early so that those kids can be completely taken care of. And trust me, you will get hired again. Okay, so I'm sitting here with John right now, and I'm going to ask him, Mr. Gigglepants, some questions about his experience with babysitters. Hey, John.
Hi.
Okay, you get the giggles out? We're sitting here in your very clean room right now, aren't we?
Very clean. It looks like a normal child's room. Totally normal.
Yeah. So, you've had some babysitters before, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so without naming any names, give me your best babysitting, I guess, whatever babysitter you had experience. Thank you, yeah.
Okay, absolutely none of them.
What? None of them? Come on, you've had some really good.
They didn't really mess with me. They were just like, don't eat plastic, don't put your finger in the charger thingy, my jiggy. Okay, just be quiet and stay put and just be normal. And when mom says, how was I? Just say I was awesome, please, because I'd like to have a tip.
Oh, she wanted to have a tip?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay, so I'm here with my friend Stephanie, and we're going to talk to her right now about what she's looking for in a babysitter for her son Jackson. So, hey Stephanie.
Hey.
Okay, so what exactly are you looking for in a babysitter when you hire a sitter for your son?
So I think the important things for me is to be able to trust that person and make sure that I'm not going to worry about what's happening. A good communicator, so, you know, just if something's going on and they're being special and having a rough time, that they're going to reach out and, you know, find out what works best for my child. And then lastly, just being fun and creative and having a good time with them. So they're going to enjoy being with that babysitter and having fun.
Yeah, exactly. So, how often do you normally have a sitter? I mean, I know he's really young, but do you go on date nights often, or
so
what are you looking for?
Typically, my mom is the one that watches him, so I know she would like some time off. So if I could have a sitter give us like a date night, like once a week, or maybe once every other week, that would be awesome. Just to kind of have like a night to be with my husband and have this little guy, have somebody that he's kind of on fun with. Yeah, so you can see we could definitely use a little break every now and then.
Yeah, he's ready to go.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, thank you, Stephanie. I appreciate your help. That's all the time that we have for our babysitting segment for today. Thank you so much for joining us, and I hope that we've helped you to gain some sort of knowledge on what it takes to become the best babysitter. We want you to go ahead and visit our website, entrepreneurministries.com, for our resource printables, and remember, never stop dreaming and never give up.